Good morning, students. Welcome to Computer Applications class. How are you all? Hope all of you are doing good and safe. Today we are going to learn about values and data types. Okay. In the last class we have learned about escape sequences and also we have learned some categories of tokens, that is literals and identifiers or variables. Okay. We have learned how to name a variable. Okay. What are the rules for naming a variable? Today we are learning about the remaining categories of tokens, okay, in detail. See here, you in the last class you have learnt the variables, rules for naming a variable, right? Now let us see, are these variables valid or not? Let us see $var1. Is it a valid variable name? No, this is not a valid variable name. Why? Because this variable name starts with a dollar symbol. No variable should start with a dollar symbol, right? Is this a valid variable name? Num3. Yes, this is a valid variable name. Why? Means it starts with a letter and it has, in the variable name, it has letters as well as number. Next variable name is apple2. Is this a valid variable name? Yes, this is also a valid. Why? Means it consists of only uppercase letter, lowercase letters and digit. Is this a valid variable name? Apple greater than. No, this is not a valid variable name because it has used a relational operator greater than in its name. So, it is not a valid variable name. Okay, next one is if. If means if. If is a valid variable name. If is a valid variable name. No, this is not a valid variable name. Why it is not a valid variable name? Because if is a keyword. So, this is not a valid variable name. This is not valid. This is not valid. This is a valid variable name. This is valid and this is not valid. Here the next variable 23 value 1. Is this a valid variable? Think once. No, this is not a valid variable. Why? Because this variable, it starts with a digit. It should not start with a digit, right? So this is not valid. Is this valid? /5. This is also not valid. So slash should not be present in the variable name. Is this valid? Apple2. Yes, this is a valid variable name. And next one is name. Is this a valid variable? Yes. Next one, digital_world. Is this a valid variable? Yes. See, in the variable names, underscore is allowed, dollar symbol is allowed, both uppercase, lowercase and numbers are allowed, right? Is this clear? The next concept is assignments. Assignment means to store constants in variables using equal to symbol. Okay. Assignment means to store constants in variable, to store constants. Constants means some values in variables using which symbol? Equal to symbol. Here equal to symbol acts as an assignment operator. Okay. In many programs we have used, in your 8th standard also we have used this assignment symbol in order to store a constant into a variable, right? The syntax for using the assignment statement is, first you have to write the how you declare the variable, data type followed by space and then variable name, then equal to symbol and then followed by constant. In this way you have to write the assignment statement. Here you have used the assignment symbol and then constant, some constant you can give. Okay. Let us see examples. Declaration of variable, assigning constant. Suppose if you have declared in your program a variable a of type integer, then you can assign a value to a variable. variable a. How you can assign? By using the assignment or assignment symbol equal to a is equal to 5. Okay, here you are assigning a, variable a with a constant 5. So, and one more thing here you need to consider is, here whatever the value or constant you are assigning, it should be of the same data type as the variable. Okay, you cannot assign a variable a with some floating value. Floating means some decimal value. Here a is declared as an integer type. So a is able to store only integer values. So if you are trying to store some other data type value, some other value like a character or a floating value into an integer variable, then it will give an error. Okay, if you declare a variable like this, what happens inside the memory? A space will be reserved. How much space will be reserved? It is capable to store 4 bytes of data because it is an integer type. So if you store an integer value only, this memory will be sufficient. If you store a long or floating value, then this space will not be sufficient, and also it will not be supported. Okay, both the constant and the variable should be of same data type. Okay, next one, long b. Okay, long is a data type here, b is the variable name. For longer integers we will use this long data type. B is equal to some large value we have given here. So we have assigned by using the assignment symbol. Float f. F is a float type variable. F is equal to 3.67. We are assigning floating value to a variable f by using the assignment symbol. Double d. D is equal to some double value. Okay, double means this is also a decimal value. Here float means this is also a decimal value, but here the more precision number, that is more decimal values here. See, after the dot decimal point, you'll be having more digits. So such kind of digits, if you want to make use in your program, then you have to declare the variable as double. Here char ch. Ch is a character variable which is able to hold a single character or symbol or digit that should be enclosed within single quotes. Ch is equal to c, single quotes. Next, string str. Str is of type string variable. So str is capable of holding any words, sentences or paragraph, and those words should be in double quotations. Here I have used 2 words as a string. So str is equal to computer applications. This should be enclosed in double quotations. Boolean p. P is equal to false. All Boolean literals, what are Boolean literals? You have only 2 Boolean literals, true or false. So p is a Boolean type variable which is capable of holding either of the 2 values, false or true. Here we are assigning p with false. Now the next concept is initializing a variable. In the last concept we have seen assigning a value to a variable. Assignment, we have used the assignment symbol. Initializing a variable. A variable is initialized by assigning specific value to it. Okay, a variable is initialized by assigning specific value to it. The variable is initialized at the time of its declaration, that is before its actual use. Okay, whenever you declare a variable, okay, if you initialize some value to it, okay, you can initialize some value to it at the time of declaration itself, or before using that variable in your program also you can initialize the variable. Okay. Initialization of a variable takes place in 2 ways. One is static initialization and the other one is dynamic initialization. Suppose in your program you have declared 2 variables of type integer, int a comma b. Okay, then those 2 variables, for those 2 variables some memory space of 4 bytes will be created in the memory. Okay, and that memory location will be identified by a and b. Okay, in that memory location sometimes it may contain some garbage values. Okay, when you are performing some operations, then that time it might get invalid results. Okay, so it is better, before using the variable in your program, you have to initialize that variable. That initialization can be done in two ways. One is static initialization and the other one is dynamic initialization. Static initialization. Let us see. Initializing a constant to a variable at the time of declaration. When you declare a variable, when you initialize it to some value, then that kind of initialization is called as static initialization. See here, integer is a data type and it is declared with int a. Okay, a is of an integer data type. A is a variable of type integer data type. Here you are initializing it with 0. A is equal to 0. So now a holds the value of 0 in the memory. So if any garbage values, any unnecessary values are there in your memory location which is identified with a, means that will be erased and it will be stored with 0. Okay. So for float f. F is equal to 0.0. So whenever you declare a variable, it is a good programming practice to initialize those variables with some initial values. F is equal to 0.0. Double D. D is equal to 0.0. Char C. C is equal to /u, some 4 zeros. Okay. This is a null. This is an empty space. Okay. String S is equal to double quotes. Empty space here also. Nothing. Just double quotes. Boolean P. P is equal to false. We are initializing P to false. Next one is dynamic initialization. When a variable gets initialized at runtime, that is during the execution of the program, it is termed as dynamic initialization. The word dynamic means during the runtime. Okay, when a variable is initialized during the execution of the program logic, when you are doing some operations, then that time if a variable is getting initialized, then that kind of initialization is termed as dynamic initialization. Let us consider with an example. Integer declaration int abc, dynamic initialization c is equal to a plus b. Okay, here the arithmetic operation is performed on the two variables a and b and that result will be stored in c. Okay, this kind of operation is called as dynamic initialization. Okay, here these are the examples for float and for double and for strings. Okay, string st1, st2, st3. st3 is equal to st1 plus st2. Here the plus acts as the concatenation operator. Here these are strings, string type variables, right? So these two strings are will combine and gets stored in the another string variable called as st3. And here int a is equal to 49 double d. D is equal to math dot square root of a. Here some other operation is, mathematical operation is performed on the value of a and the result is getting stored in a double type variable d. So these are all the dynamic initialization of a variable.